supporters, welcome back to my channel. Do you remember Love is Blind star Shaina Hurley? Well, she went viral for her squinting during the reunion of her season. But during the season, she was engaged to someone named Kyle, but her heart was beating for someone else named Shane. And it produced a really, eventful love triangle, so to speak. And then after the show, she went on to marry a Greek man named Christos. And together they had a son. Okay. And her son's name, by the way, is Yiorgos David, or should I say David? I don't know the pronunciation of the David there, but there they are, one big happy family. Well, Shaina actually let it slip that she was diagnosed with cervical cancer when she was pregnant with her son. And that took me by complete surprise. Like I could not be any more shocked by the news. Like I really do congratulate her for coming forward about this and raising awareness about this, because a lot of a lot of women forget to go to do their pap smears, get themselves checked out and stuff like that. So this really is a harrowing reminder of how important it is to take control and take charge of your health, and to make sure to always stay on top of what is going on. I'm not saying that Shaina neglected to do that. I'm just saying that, listen, she caught this because when you're pregnant, you do more testing, right, in that region than women who are not pregnant. And so that's, how it eventually wound up getting caught. Like I think typically for us, they tell us to get a pap smear. This might vary by region, but for me, I was told to get it every 5 years or something like that. So if your 5 years are coming up, make sure to, go book your appointment and get yourself checked out. If it's different in your country, go ahead and follow, whatever the guideline is for you over there, because this is some serious business. So obviously the cancer did impact her during that pregnancy. And so she wound up doing an interview where she shared with People magazine what actually went down with her when she found out. So basically, Shaina said, and I quote, "I had no symptoms, but later the doctor called me and said the pap smear results had come back as abnormal and they needed to get me in for a colposcopy." And that pretty much is where everything began to just really advance there. So a month later, Shaina, she had the procedure and she was told right away that her results weren't looking good. And then within 1 day, she was diagnosed with stage 2 cervical cancer. Wow. Yeah, I would even like to say that it feels as though her getting pregnant and, with this baby was the thing that saved her, right? From going advancing more and more in this cancer. I don't know that she would have had that checkup at this time needed to catch it at stage 2 if she wasn't pregnant with her son. So to me, this is truly a miracle. And so she said that she felt a lot of fear creeping in, but she knew then and there that she can't let the enemy take over her mind, and that she couldn't go down the dark hole. And so she had to go into survival mode and tell God that she trusts God, and to just pray for the best at the end of the day. And so there were quite a few battles with her medical team as well, because the doctors told her hey, you're going to need to undergo a cold knife biopsy to determine how far the cancer had spread. And Shaina said, listen, at that time I was pregnant, and the cervix is what holds the baby. I was just around 3 months, so I would most likely lose the baby. So I couldn't risk it. Mind you, I believe Shaina had opened up prior about having a miscarriage before getting pregnant with Yiorgos. So this was definitely not something that she wanted to endure again. And I completely understand where it is that she was coming from in that respect. And so the doctors then advised for her to undergo a round of chemotherapy when she was about 22 weeks pregnant, but she refused to do that because the cancer had not spread to the lymph nodes at that point, and she had no symptoms. And so to her, it didn't warrant going through chemotherapy while pregnant if it wasn't, so aggressive in her body, so to speak. And so Shaina says, and I quote, "It was hard for the doctors because I was their patient first, and I was a tough patient. then it felt too early. You know, she talks about when they asked her to induce labor at 32 weeks. She said, nope, nope, I'm taking that risk and I'm going to 37 and a half weeks. And, you know, that's exactly what she did. And she wound up delivering a happy, healthy baby boy. What a warrior. I just cannot imagine the mixed emotions that she was going through at that period in her life, you know, finally getting pregnant again, and then the pregnancy sticking this time around, just to find out that you have cancer, and that they want you to do these things like, you know, the cold knife thing, right? That could cause for you a miscarriage, and then of course like asking you to go through chemotherapy while you're pregnant, deliver early, but you're scared that it's too early for your baby. Like, that is a lot to juggle, and she went through it so gracefully. So I'm really, you know, impressed with her. Like, Shaina, I really hope you're doing well right now. So her son was born on February 1st of this year. And unfortunately for Shaina, though, she did experience a mini seizure while feeding Yiorgos. And fortunately, though, she did make a speedy recovery after that as well. And a month later, she underwent the cold knife procedure just to see how far the cancer had spread. Unfortunately, that procedure was not successful. And she now says that the cancer is still in her body, which, you know, is very devastating. And then she underwent a removal procedure and everything like that. Like, it's been a lot on Shaina's plate over this past year. And I really do want to just, you know, send her all the strength, love, and support in the world, because that is an awful lot to go through, especially when you're supposed to be having one of the happiest moments of your life, which is, you know, you're pregnant with your, you know, with your baby, you know, you've got a newborn and everything like that, and you're just, you know, battling cancer alongside that. That is an awful lot. So although the first cold knife procedure did not take, and it didn't help to remove the cancer, she did undergo it a second time, and she was finally declared cancer-free in June of this year. And she is hoping to have more children in the future with her husband, Christos. But for now, she says, I am focusing on being a mom and taking it day by day. Good for you, Shaina. That's all you can do in life, right? Wow, it is so mind-blowing, this story, you know, so harrowing. Anyway, guys, let me know what you thought about it, and, you know, please do make sure to send all of your best wishes, positive prayers, good vibes to Shaina in the comment section if you can. Okay, that's all for now. See you in my next video, guys. Bye. Take care.